So this baby here is A&A Towers. So let me give you a big background about this project. So this project is developed by Atlantic, a private developer in Nigeria, and you see, so this is the first private project by developer in Eko Atlantic. So I give it to them. Let's clap for them. So what I want to do, I want to compare their project, A&A Tower, which hopefully they will deliver this year. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. We're doing comparison between their project, and they also own the Phoenix Tower over there. So we're going to check that one too out. You can see that one looks like something in the next 2 years should be ready, thereabout. Well, finishing takes time. Okay, so it looks like that. So we're going to check that. So the comparison we're doing is between this project by the same developer, why this is almost like this, when this one is going to be delivered this year. Hopefully, I believe so, they will. So then I'll talk about it. So let's talk about it. So this is A&A Tower. A&A Tower. They started sometimes, this project is going to like 5 to 6 years. Yes. Now I know about this project since 2018. All right, so 2018, 2019, so 5 years, yeah, to 6 years plus now. So why is that this project and it has not been delivered yet, which is crazy for us developers. That's what we go through. Funding is one of the biggest challenges in Nigeria. So if you compare it to people outside the country, they've always have access to funding, you know. But if you can have access to funding also in Nigeria, but in terms of the interest rate is a killer in Nigeria. So it's very, very discouraging. You're talking about 35%. And you're looking at people outside the country, even though in Dubai, government funds some of their projects for them, some of them 2, 3, 4 to 6% interest rate. So it makes sense a lot. So the banks actually fund your project for you outside the country, or some VC, they fund your project. So why this is taking time longer, but they will deliver it, they say, is, so let me start. This is the first private project by Atlantic in Eko Atlantic. They've got various projects as well somewhere. So when they got this place, all right, it is a joint venture. Joint venture is JV, all right. So they're not the owner of this land, all right. So someone owns that land, approach Atlantic that they should do the joint venture together. Clever man though, so he didn't say no to that. So when you're doing JV, meaning that you have to share the equity, this number of units that you guys are looking at over there, most of the units also, let's say, might be 40%, 30%. I don't know the agreement they have together or they had together. Some like 30-40% of this unit is actually going to the owner of the land, all right, because he bought that land and he called you as a developer, come and develop on my land, so give me the sharings. It might be 50-50 sharing, it might be 40-60, who knows, all right. So that what happened is, you, the developer, if 50% of these units are yours, so that's what you have to do. That's what you have to sell. That's what you have to sell to build this project. Okay, so that means you don't own the entire equity. So it actually has a bit of setback about that, all right? Because if you own the entire unit, you have more money that you can use to build faster, more money to build faster and all that. But because you don't own the entire unit, you have to be a bit conservative with what you're doing. Okay, so sometimes it kind of slow down your progress. your planning. All right, you can imagine if 50% of this unit, let's say they divided them into half, so someone owns that wing and you own this wing, you can only sell your wing, and that is the money for this wing that you're selling or you sold is what you're going to use to build the entire building. Okay, so it takes time, right? So you need to but if you own the entire unit, you can imagine you have more money. Well, the person also took risk, they bought the land in dollars. All right, so he needs to, this is investment, he makes more money for him. Let's assume he bought the land for 2 billion. Okay, but you can imagine the number of units he's got right now. Let's say he's got 25 or 10 units and he's selling each of them, of that 10 units, let's say he's selling them 2 billion each. Can you imagine that? Crazy. You're talking about 20 billion. That's magic. That's crazy. Tell me what bank is going to give you 18 billion returns on your 2 billion investment. It's crazy, man, within 6 years. So you can see that. All right, so that is an advantage as well. So right now, most developers also, if you don't have the money to even start the project, you will struggle. Even though there's a lot of land in Eko Atlantic right now, they've got land available for JV, but you have to be careful because it's very expensive to build projects like this if you don't have the funding. Okay, so that is what happened with A&A Tower, and that's why I said the difference between this one that you are seeing and the one that is building over there. So let's go and check it out. So when I get there, I will explain to you guys the difference. Why this is moving faster, okay? All right, why this one is moving faster, and it looks like within 2 years. This one started like two, 3 years ago. Yes, I think sometimes 2020, 2021, 2022. This one started, and it's like in the next 2 years they will deliver this. Okay, but so let's go and look at this and find out the difference from this one. All right, why that one looks faster than this. So let's go check it out. Okay, but don't forget, this is their first project in Eko Atlantic. Sometimes you need to get used to the breaking ground first in the city. So they've learned from this one, and so when they're starting that one, it makes this one a bit faster. But that's not the main deal. But let's go and check it out. Let's go, guys. Mr. Condos.